This is verse 34 of the 21st chapter of the Gospel of Matthew. Jesus telling a second parable, which was going to highlight once again emphatically the breach of fiduciary obligation among the religious leaders in their abuses of the temple, turning it into a money-making operation and really more or less ignoring the aspect of the operation of the temple that was supposed to focus on worship. And he's already told them one parable of the two sons, now the second one, having to do with tenant farmers who are working the field and, of course, are expected to produce something of a profit that'll go back to the owner, and that's what we reach here. So hota, conjunction, means when. De, postpositive de, but when. Engisen, this is from engedzo, to draw near. So it's the idea when the time was drawing near. Ho kairos, the word for time. Kairos and chronos are both words that translate as time. Kairos has to do with a time that is significant time. The fullness of time is sometimes the idea here, whereas chronos has more to do with just the ticking of the clock, one moment to the next. So when the rich time, the particular time, had arrived, ton karpon, of fruit, that is the harvest time of the fruits. When it had arrived, apestelen, from apostello, to send, usually means to send with a certain kind of authority or commission. That's the idea here. So this landowner sends tus doulos, sends his slaves, autou, possessive of him, and he sends the slaves pros, tus, georgus. This is from georgos. The geo part of it is derived from geo, which means land. The orgus is actually related to ergon, the idea of work, so the ones who work the land. So the landowner sent slaves to the tenant farmers, the ones who were working the land, labain, from lambano, aorist infinitive, to receive, tus karpus, same as earlier, to receive the fruits, which could either be a payment in kind, some portion of the fruit that was harvested, or translated into some sort of profit in the form of money. Either one could be under the term here, autou, of him, his fruit. So he sends those who are going to collect the fruit. Of course, in the metaphor of the parable, Jesus has in mind those who were sent to the religious leaders, prophets, and so on, those who would have been there to call these to account, to produce, as it were, a profit for the landowner, who in this case is God himself. And of course, the parable is going to explain how they had failed that responsibility and are now facing the judgment as a result of their malfeasance.